What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of This War of Mine. There's going to be a little bit of a catch-up period for me right here today, and I'm not talking about condiments because I haven't recorded the game in a little bit. So, obviously, in my unprofessionality, I make you aware of that situation. So if I do anything super dumb today, well, probably going to end with us dying or something. I don't know. It's an odd day. So I know one thing for a fact is that on an odd day, we have to get ourselves fed. And so that's what we're going to do. There's a little bit of fuel in the furnace. Our supplies are looking really, really good. I took a couple minutes before the episode to reacclimate myself with what we have and what we don't have. Although right now, I think what we should probably do is assemble some of these guns. We've got a lot of broken weapons here, and we've got a lot of weapon parts, which leads me to believe that we should probably reassemble a lot of this stuff, and then once we reassemble it, actually, we'll take the helmet first. Let's go ahead and make a helmet. And once the helmet's been taken care of, what we'll do after that is we'll try and go through and get all the other guns constructed before the end of the day. This is going to be really, really important later on, or it's going to become important because we've got traders, and he's right there, actually. I was a little bit worried he'd get here early like this, so he's here bright and early at 10:30. Let me see what he's got. I know we can trade off some stuff, so let me see if I can get some firearms built. The assault rifle, I think he really likes the assault rifle, so we'll see if we can get that built real quick, but I can't guarantee that he's going to hang around long enough for us to get a good trade out. So we don't really need food. Our food supply is looking absolutely stellar at the moment. I'm going to try and keep 2 of the canned food, because the canned food is for a quest later on. It's essentially some little kids come by and they're like, hey, can we have some food? And they're like, bam. And I don't remember if we've gotten that event in this playthrough. We may or may not have at this point. Ooh, trying to pick through my memory, but you guys know how it goes. My memory is absolutely awful when it comes to this kind of stuff, so you do what you got to do, I guess. Over here on this side, we got a couple of guns we can trade off. Obviously, what I want to start with is bullets, because we got raided this morning. And getting raided is problematic, and so we used up 5 bullets this morning. I'd like to get that restocked at least slightly. We've got a lot of liquor that we can get rid of, so let's see what we can throw out here. For 3 liquor, I just want to get components. That's like the big part. And so I think if we can get that lined up here, it won't do try harder. Okay, well, we're getting closer, right? We're getting closer. There it is, a little bit of water, and he's a tiny bit actually, should I go for sugar? How's our sugar supply looking right now? Because I never, okay, so our sucre is looking a little bit light. Let me see if I can maybe, we might trade for some sugar today too, so that we can solidify our position and have stuff to trade later on in the game, which becomes incredibly important too. As you get into the later game, there's just not going to be as many available objects. You got to do what you got to do. So there's a little bit of liquor gone. These trades are going to get worse and more in Franco's favor as the game goes along, but for right now, not that concerned about it. I mean, we've got so many little throwaway goods and things that we can give to him that, honestly, we're having a really good game right now, and all we really need to do is stay on top of things, and we should be able to ride this out to the back end of the game. Alright, so there's the fine. We have a deal. He doesn't want to do that right there. What about a weapon part, huh? No, you don't want the weapon part either? Alright, so he's not going to trade me the weapon part. What could I use in here? You should always try and even it out the best that you can. Are those quality Rolos? What are those right there? Yeah, it's a quality Rolo. Let's try the roll-up cigarette, like the junky one. There we go. See, you should use the cigarettes as basically loose change. Think of cigarettes like pennies. If you've got the rough cigarettes right there, you can actually get a couple of them out of the deal. I mean, my guys are just going to smoke them up anyways because everybody in our group is a smoker. But we can make it work. I think that's about all we're going to get done, though, for today. I may actually send him on his way. There's nothing else that we really need. We've got so much food. We've got enough food that's probably going to last us, well, it takes 4 per feeding. We feed every other day. So over here, we've got 4 feedings, almost 5. Let's call it 5 because with that one right there, we technically have 20. So we have 5 feedings. That's going to be 10 more days. And then we've got a 4 feeding right here. So that's 12 more days that we can go without eating. So we're looking at a really, really good situation right here. That'll take us pretty much into the early 30s, which is when we have a chance of the game just ending. So I'm going to send him on his way. I hope snipers won't see me. Well, you know, you got your Where's Waldo shirt on, man. I make that joke all the time, but I couldn't find you when I was a little kid, so I assume the snipers are going to be equally as inept. I don't know. Their military training might make them better at this, though. Got a pistol. Oh, we've got just enough to repair both. Hell yeah. How are we doing on other, like, shanky-like weapons? Because I really, really, really like knives. Like, knives, if you do a knife on Roman, oh my god, knife plus Roman equals death to everything that gets in your way. Like, seriously, the knife is actually an underestimated weapon in this game. I think a lot of people underestimate it. I find the knife to actually be a really, really, really good weapon. Over here, we'll have her finish building that gun so that Boris can get himself a little bit of sleep. And so off he goes to bed. Now then, Ramon should be back up. Or I called him Ramon. I don't know why I called him Ramon. Roman should be back up in just a second. What does his bio say? snipers kill indiscriminately. It actually felt good to repay those bastards in kind. I don't think what you did was kind, but it was definitely necessary. Alright, let's make dinner. Because if I don't get that done, everybody's going to be a grumpy Gus by the time we get out of here. Where's my cooking machinery at? Hold on. Where is that hiding at? Oh, yeah, it's right there. God, I don't know. I'm having, like, major brain problems this morning. I woke up, like, way earlier than normal. And it was, like, one of those days, you know the feeling when you go to bed, like, at a reasonable hour, and then you just, like, wake up in the morning and you're wide awake at, like, 9:30. And for me, see, I sleep in late a lot. I'm a night owl. I work at night a lot. And so waking up really early for me is always kind of weird because I don't see mornings very often. It's just, I don't know. When I had jobs, I always preferred the night shift too, so I just don't see, like, the morning. It's weird to see the sun, like, in the configuration it is in mornings, but I woke up this morning just, like, wide awake, and I guess that's better than not waking up at all. You gotta put it in perspective. It could be worse. Like, waking up early is better than not waking up at all. I mean, you know, get busy living or get busy dying. You guys know the saying. Anyways, let's get him back to work, making up some meals. I think we're gonna need... Oh, we got plenty of fuel. Never mind. Let's get 2 more meals cooked up. Once the meals are cooked up, these two should be able to get themselves fed. Roman is slightly wounded for right now. That shouldn't be much... Oh, actually, he hasn't been band-aidificated. Oh, okay. So I need him to be band-aidificated. There we go. Put your band-aids on it. Everybody knows band-aids fix everything, including that nasty gunshot wound that he took. Like, we're gonna need a bigger band-aid. It's sort of gaping. It's got, like, a weird... Is it pulsing right now? Oh, my God. It feels... I can feel my heartbeat in my gunshot wound. Yeah, he got shot in the previous episode from what I recall. It's okay because he was fighting 2 guys with a knife who were armed with guns, so the fact that he killed them both without anything going wrong right there is manly as hell. Like, seriously, I respect the hell out of any dude that could take out 2 guys that know of his position with a knife when they both have assault rifles capable of, like, burst fire and stuff. It's like, wow, that's fairly incredible. I guess one of them had a sniper rifle, so that's probably not the most useful at point-blank range. Especially since some of the larger caliber rifles that I've fired have been heavy as hell. I don't think you could wheel those around to shoot somebody close range very effectively. It's just, they seem kind of unwieldy. And without a sidearm, he got himself into trouble. We got everybody, right? What is this? Killing is wrong, but 2 armed soldiers in exchange for dozens of innocent civilians. I hope it justifies Roman's deed. Boris is very, very simple, and Boris doesn't like violence. Let's see. On that night, I got a shrapnel in my thigh. The army entered the city and indiscriminately started killing and started slaughtering rebels and civilians. We had to scram, and I couldn't even rise from my bed, so I was just lying there waiting for death to come. I was hoping the old drunk would save himself, not stay with me till the end. Why worry about something that you can't change? Alright. Well, let me take a look at my herbology right now and see if we can make ciggies. We can actually. We can make like 24 cigarettes if we wanted to, although since the trader just came, I would stay away from that for right now. Making cigarettes at this point would just mean that they will smoke them up, because with 4 people, I think we'll be doing like 12 cigarettes a day. It'll get rowdy pretty quickly. I'll probably get him started on making some more liquor, actually. We're out of liquor, which is not rare. We frequently flip that stuff around. You can also, I don't know if people know about this, but you can actually drink liquor if a character is depressed and it has a chance of healing it. It's just things to be aware of inside the game that you can attempt if you got a character who's like terminally, absolutely 100% depressed. I'll probably have him sleep in a bed. We've got to go out and scavenge. I'm thinking it's not a terrible idea to go out to the construction site, and I feel like I'm missing something right now. I think I need a lockpick. I know there's a thing that we can lockpick right there. Actually, I should take out Boris, shouldn't I? I just thought about that. Let's leave him on guard. We'll take Boris out to the construction site. Be careful with Boris at the construction site because he moves so slow. If you get all the way out to the other side of the construction site, it takes him a really, really long time to get back. So just be aware that you can get yourself into trouble with Boris. I'm going to bring a lockpick. Nobody's explained as of right now why everybody in the apocalypse, I'm sorry, not the apocalypse, in war-torn Yugoslavia is so good at lockpicking. Not really sure why that's a skill that everybody seems to have acquired at this point, but you know what? Not going to question it. Let's get hustling. We're going to bring back everything that we can with us. We have all the supplies that we need, and one of the principal benefits that allows us to have is the fact that we can bring back everything with us and not feel bad about it. There's a mass grave down here in the bottom of this place. I don't remember if I took the door off or not. We'll have to go look. It'll say that there's a little noise down in here. Don't worry about it. It's always a rat. I don't think I've ever seen anybody downstairs that tries to kill you. We can look. I mean... Yeah, I was going to say, this is actually going to be covered with water a lot of the time until you clear out the snipers, and then the next time you come back, you don't have to kill the snipers. If you just avoid them, they're gone the next time that you come here, and you can loot the place out, but you miss out on one of the better items in the game, which is the long-range sniper rifle. which means you can leave a door open. The nice thing about the long-range sniper rifle is you can leave a door open in a long house. Like, let's say that you're right here, and there was doors over here with a person at the end. So let's say that these are all doors with people. If you open these up and then stand way over here, you can snipe people from all the way down a hallway and just like butcher them, and they have no chance whatsoever. It gets really, really ugly for them. So I'm assuming that we already picked this place clean. I don't really remember too well what our last scavenging attempt was like down here. I figure I probably grabbed the guns. It looked like his inventory was not actually so great, and I think that's because I killed the last guy at like 3 a.m. and we just had to focus on getting out of here. If you don't get back in time, I've talked about this previously, but for the new players, I will say it again. If you don't get back by 4 a.m. or whatever it is, by the time the clock runs out, you have a chance of not making it home at all. So, you know, it's kind of a big deal that you make it home on time. If you don't, it's not worth the risk. I mean, that time it was worth the risk because one of the best guns in the game drops off those guys, but I figured I'd give it I'll probably take these right here and then shell casings. The shell casings are a really big deal considering we're going to be fielding. This is hard mode. I've beaten the game once already on this computer, and so the game gets harder every time you play it from what I understand. So this is probably, on my laptop, it's gotten really insanely hard. I've beaten it 3 or 4 times now on my laptop. But what I want to do is we need to get the supplies together so that we can build more bullets because we are going through a lot of them every time we have to defend our base. I think we're going through 5 to 6 bullets every time we get attacked. And we're probably going to get attacked, it's what, day 20 when we go back into the daytime here. On day 20, we can go up to day 50. I've had the game go, on my longer playthroughs, I made it to day 50 or so, and things get really, really, really desperate by then. Oh, look, Lichdom Battle Mage got done downloading. I don't know why you guys needed to know that, but you know what? Now you will know what I'm planning on playing this evening. I heard the game was pretty awesome, so I wanted to check it out. I'm a big fan of the Majory. I really, really am. If we can grab anything else from over here, or at least I would like to quantify what's here. Okay, so we got some tradables and things. I'm going to go ahead and peel the boards off this door so that we don't have to fiddle around with going up and around every single time. But we had a very, very good bout of luck when we came up in here and we killed both of the guy. I would strongly, strongly suggest that you risk it. I've yet to lose anybody on this encounter. The ones that I tend to lose people on are the apartment complex. The apartment complex, I always get into trouble. And the military base, I fiddled with a few times. But the military base, you've got to like time it just perfectly or you're done. Like, you're going to have a real bad day if you don't do it just right. So, the military base is tough. I think you also get depression from killing people at the military base, too. I'm not positive about that one. I don't really remember. I killed the guard up on the guard tower one time, and then I killed the other guy as he came up the ladder to investigate the sound. And I don't remember what happened after it. I'm having a weird block in my memory, which has just vanished. I like to think of my memory in terms of blocks like it was back in the PlayStation days. And so, I've got like a block of my memory that's just not functioning right now surrounding that event, and unfortunately, I can't enlighten you as to like what happened. It just sort of did. So anyways, we're back and it's day 20. The curb on crime. We've made it through. We got an achievement apparently. I don't really know. I should have all these achievements by now. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know if they added new achievements or what, but I've played this game so much that I figure I have most of the ones for completing normal gameplay. Right now, the game is going to chug a little bit because that's what it does in the beginning of the day, and then it'll recover back up to 60 frames. It's very consistent. It happens every single time. With him, we need him to finish off brewing down here. What I need him to do is swing around. We need to make a few more filters so that we can keep our water supply looking fine and doodly dandy, as you know I like to say, so we can get things made on the lickety-splickety. That's my other phrase. Actually, I should probably put up the security door at this point. We've got enough materials to make it work, so let's do it. We'll get the security door put up. That should make it so that we don't have to worry about raids too much more. Like, basically, I think once you've got the security door up, some people have said you don't get hit by raiders anymore, but I've been attacked by raiders when I have the security door up, so I don't think that's the case. But anyways, I haven't checked the wiki on it, but the security door definitely makes it so that you're way, 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 way more defensible than you've been with any. It's probably the best upgrade you can get, which is why it costs so much. Let's rebait our traps. We're not going to be mailing them anywhere. We don't have a rebate on traps, but we're rebating the you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Let's make some filters, too, because we got lots of stuff to do today. Lots and lots of stuff to do today. It is New Year's Eve, so if you're wondering when I'm recording this episode right here, New Year's Eve. It's New Year's Eve right now. Another year. I'll probably repeat this message when we get out to my video log for the week, but most people, I don't know, some people don't get excited about New Year's, but I really feel like you should. Like, New Year's Eve is a big deal. It means you made it another year, which in an evolutionary sense, like, you realize how many human beings didn't make it this year. I don't know. I try and keep it positive and be like, damn, with everything that you went through this year, you made it through, and you just got to congratulate yourself on that. Like, life is not easy for most people. I think, like, honestly, I remember this one time I saw a GIF. It was a Japanese GIF, and I didn't know what any of the writing was on it or anything, but it's this little baby, and it's a GIF, and it starts out, and the baby is like sprinting through life, like down a hallway. The baby is facing you, running down a hallway as it passes behind him, and he's aging as he's running down the hallway. What's that right there? Okay, so we got somebody at the front door. Let me go assist with this. And the baby is aging as he runs down. He goes through all the phases of his life from school to work. And then finally at the end, he dies and he becomes a ghost. What always caught me up about that is that at the end, the ghost, like, he puts his arms up in the air and he starts crying and he's hella stoked, like, that he's done. I'm like, yep, that's the way to look at it right there. What is this? I live nearby with my daughter. I've heard rumors of looters pillaging houses and raping women. I can lock the doors, but they can get inside through the windows. Can you help me board them up? My husband was taken by the rebels in the first year of the war and hasn't returned yet. We're all alone. Please help us. I'm going to say, give me a sec, and we'll send Bruno out on that one. I've never seen this one go. Wait, who's this over here? Actually, yeah, send Erica. Erica's expendable. She has the same ability as Roman, apparently, which I never knew she could stealth assassinate people, which begs the question, why do we need Roman then? Like, if she's got more abilities than Roman and does the same thing, I feel like Roman should be, like, distinguished or get a buff, or they should take away the stealth kills from her and give her, like, more inventory space or something. I don't know. Either way, yeah, go and help her right now. But anyways, as to that GIF, I try to finish my stories now because I know it makes you guys sad when I don't finish my stories. So anyways, on the GIF, the ghost cries at the end, and that always kind of struck me because I was like, all right, so he's crying, but he's a ghost, so obviously he made it through. It's because he's stoked, man. It's because he's done. Life is hard on people. Life is real hard. I don't think I got to tell everybody out there that hardship comes and hardship goes. It's just like, that's life. You work your way through as best as you can till that final goal. Get busy living or get busy dying. And that's what I mean, is you made it through another year. Be stoked about that. Even if, like, nothing else has gone right for you, be stoked about the fact you made it through another year. That's an accomplishment in and of itself compared to, like, how many people died this year of old age and wars and everything else. You weren't one of them. You made it, so looking at the bright side, I guess. I suppose that might be a depressing way to look at it, but I mean, I don't know. Whatever gets you through the day, that's what I do. I don't know. I don't like to be a Buzz Killington like that, though. If people like doing small talk about how today sucks, I'll go along with it just because I don't like to be that guy calling people out and being like, hey, man, you should be happy with your life. But New Year's, I always feel like people kind of sour about New Year's if they don't have plans or whatever. I don't have a lot of plans. I just got like a case of beer, and I'm going over to my best friend's house, and we're just going to chill for a little bit. Hang out, maybe play some Xbox, lay down on some Street Fighter. I'm so bad at Street Fighter 4. Oh, my God. My skills from like 1994 on Street Fighter 2 Turbo Edition do not translate. I was impressed, like, the little extent that my skills transferred. I was stoked because I got somebody just one time, because my friend, his account is at like a really, really high, like he played against, I was watching him the other night and he played against the third best guy in the world. I Googled the guy and he had like videos up and stuff from all the different, he fought against, that's like how high his MMR is right now in Street Fighter. He won one round against the guy, but he lost both. It was pretty awesome though. It was a good fight. But anyways, he played the third best guy in the world. I forget what his name is. It was like something, it was a Japanese name, not in kanji or anything. It was like, I don't know. Anyways, there's videos of the guy up playing in tournaments and stuff on YouTube, and so he's legit or whatever. But yeah, I played on his super high MMR count because he doesn't care. He's like, whatever. If you lose points, just have fun. I don't give a shit. I'm not like a professional player or anything. And dude, I landed one kick on one guy before I got flawless. I was like, wow, my skills have not transferred at all. Then again, I'm not used to a fight stick anymore either, which I think takes a little bit of acclimating. You give me a Sega Genesis controller though with 6 buttons, I'll show you what's up on Street Fighter. That's my control of choice because that's what I grew up playing. Anyways, I don't think anything else is going to happen during this day, so it's not cold. We don't need to run. Let's just end the day, right? I think we don't need to do anything else. We've got Boris over here. I'll probably have him leave these two on guard just in case. We'll take him back out to the construction side. I can't recall if we already had the winter in this game. I'll have to go back and look at my videos. I don't know that we did. We didn't have the group that started with winter, but I think we did get an early winter. I don't remember, though. Not a big deal. Once we get done looting the construction site, we're going to be in such an amazing position where we can basically ride out the remainder of the game without having to worry about anything. Like, seriously, we'll hit the construction site. I'll probably, after that, just to give you a little feel for where we're going, St. Mary's. St. Mary's. On the opposite side of St. Mary's is another building with a guy with a gun where you can loot that out, and it's got some pretty decent stuff in it. The ruined villa, I'd be careful about. The ruined villa has this dude who's just like the Grand High Puba Bujitsu Jackson of fighting. He's probably one of the strongest melee combatants in the game. I stealth attacked him with Boris one time, and I was under the impression that Boris was one of the guys where if he's hiding in the shadows, he one-shots everybody. Nope. Took this guy down to half health with a crowbar. I was like, holy shit. I tried it again with a knife by reloading my save. Still only took him down to 3/4 health. So the guy in here is a badass. That's what I could tell you, a bona fide badass. And there's witnesses from the stream, too, if you don't believe me. He's hard as nails. I don't know. Alright, so I need to bring a lockpick along with me on this one. No. Ah, shit. We'll get it on the next run. We're not going to get everything on this run anyways. But there's a locked cabinet here. I need to make a saw, too. I didn't think about that. So I'll make a saw, and I'll bring the lockpick next time. It's okay. Like, it was a minor screw-up, but it's fine. We'll just grab all the components and stuff this time so that the next time I could bring back all the food and the important stuff. The tough thing is getting Boris all the way over to this side. He can make it. Don't get me wrong. He can make it. It's just kind of, you've got to hustle with him. You got to move quick. Basically keep him running the entire way because his sprint is a little bit lackluster compared to everybody else's. Loot this pile real quick. Just a little bit of wood. I'm actually going to ignore wood from now on, just because I got to bring back other things that are a tad more useful. There we go. Componentry is always the thing that we are low on, so I'm going to try and bring back as much of that as possible. That's the end game concern. On my first playthrough, it really surprised me the extent to which all of the componentry in the game really just sort of runs out at a certain point, and then you just got to trade for it. And if you don't know that the game is going to pull the curve on you like that, you're going to be in a real bad situation once you figure it out, which is what happened during our first playthrough. I had never seen anything past day 12 because that's when the press demo ended, and componentry tends to run out somewhere around day 25 to 30-ish. The locations start to get more and more looted, and so if you haven't been there, the starting docket of stuff that you can loot is actually diminished after a certain point. And so in our first playthrough, that was a big struggle we had to overcome, as I had to very, very quickly figure out a way to get more componentry at the drop of a hat. Almost within like a day or two, I was like, oh no, we're out of componentry, and I have no idea how to get this all back. Good. Firearm supplies. We need that because we might get raided in the future. Like I said, people have told me that the electrical door makes it so that you can't get raided, but I would swear that I've been raided even with the electrical door. The security door seems to do okay, but you still get hit every now and again, I think. I think it just lowers the frequency. The sugar is important because we need to make some more liquor. I'll take the tobacco too. Let's just start grabbing stuff. We'll just start grabbing stuff. It won't make you very popular at the Y, or it might. I don't know. It could go either way. Oh, wow. We left a lot of food here. Okay. Well, I feel a little bit guilty about leaving that much food laying around. Damn. All right. Well, at least we got trade fodder at this point. I like it when I have a surplus rather than a misplus. Misplus, vague sexual differences in the dimorphism between the two, but not really that much. You want to know in anthropology why sexual dimorphism exists? Sexual dimorphism, if you don't know what sexual dimorphism is, sit on down and let's have a little bit of chat. So sexual dimorphism is the amount to which males and females of a species differ in their physiology. So for example, the difference between a male baboon and a female baboon is totally different. The male baboon looks like he's been on steroids his entire life, and he looks like he's just been sitting at the gym lifting weights, and the females are kind of small and demure by comparison. The reason that happens is because in the breeding societies, there are different breeding systems in different species, and the breeding systems which promote one male sleeping with all the females by nature of winning fights and things like that. So for example, that's why you see lions. Lions are huge and buff by comparison to female lions. It's because lions fight until there's only one left, and that one gets to breed with all the females. Therefore, there's a propagation of the bigger, stronger lion into the future. Other species don't work like that. So for example, human beings, even though it looks like we have a lot of sexual dimorphism, we actually don't. Human beings, by comparison to other species, we have very, very little sexual dimorphism. We have a middle amount. I think it was a moderate to low amount of sexual dimorphism, which always surprised me, but it is what it is, because obviously human beings, we don't fight over pure breeding rights over dozens and dozens of females. I think that's how it used to be in some societies back in the day, and there's still stuff like that in the world today, but by and large, that's not how breeding systems work in human society anymore. Anyways, pretty good night for us. I feel like we should probably call the episode to a close right here. It looks like we're about out of time. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of This War of Mine. It's always a pleasure to have you here. It's always a privilege to have you here, and I look forward to seeing you all in the upcoming episodes. I will see you all later. How do, everybody?